So I'm back with green thread, so this can only mean one thing, stem stitch, which is really useful for when you're doing the stems of flowers. So what I've done is I've given myself a length of green thread. I've split it again, so I've only got 3 strands. I'm going to start working for me across this way because I'm left-handed. You will work across that way, exactly the same process, but you'll come up here and go this way because it will feel more comfortable, but I'm doing it the left-handed way for me. So bring it through, leave a tail, and then we're going to use the needle this time to go down and back up in one movement. So I'm going to put the needle down and bring it back up halfway between the gap that I've created. So if you can see there, I'm going to bring that needle up here, keep the thread at the bottom of me, sort of closest to me. Just going to pull those threads tight because they've come a bit loose. There we go. And then we're just going to repeat that action. So I'm going to put my needle down and back up halfway between. Again, I've got that blue line to help me keep a nice straight line, and then pull it like that. And this creates this lovely stem stitch. So I go down, bring it up halfway, and down, bring it up. And we keep going like this across. And the closer you do it together, the tighter the stem stitch. The further away, the bigger the stitches. It depends what look you're going for, how delicate you need it to be. But you can see how useful it is that it's on a hoop as you're doing this, because it really gives you that tension to work with and get the needle coming up at exactly halfway each time. Down, keeping this thread under you. I've got my finger underneath helping to guide the needle back up where I wanted to, and you'll see it's got a bit twisted, so I just let it unravel, and then I go down, back up. So it's like a back stitch, but just crossing over with a stitch laying on next to one another to get that stem effect. And keep going till you're at the end. And we do exactly the same thing to finish off like we have on all the other stitches. Right to the end, in, up, halfway. Oops, now I've got a little, there we go. Let's make sure that you've got your thread pulled out far enough. Remember, I was keeping the thread under the needle so that it lies in the right place. Far away that time. Okay, and then you're at the end. So when you get to the end, you just go down this time. Don't go down and then back up. And then turn it over and tie your end in, and you can see underneath you've just got what looks like a nice neat running stitch. You know on the other side that you've done your stem stitch, which can be really useful for flowers. My needle's come unthreaded, so I'll stop there and I'll rethread and tie that on. This is a stem stitch up the middle here of this flower. And this is a stem stitch here up the middle of these flowers, and I did that with 6 strands, so that's why it comes out much more chunky than that. Okay.